welcome to MGP521. I'm Kevin. With me as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello, hello, hello.
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 We're back! Finally! Yes. Pab has served his sentence, so we're able to come back. The rest of us, never you mind what, the rest of us have been recording every week in his absence, but because he's been in prison, there's been no one to edit and release them. So, presumably, there's going to be like 3 all released at the same time now when he gets caught up on his editing.
It's only right, Pabby, get on it.
Yeah, come on, Pab. It's been a little bit of a disappointment that we've missed all these weeks because of your
because of me
misdemeanors.
The only one that's
there you go. That was the confession.
It's because you're saying because of me, the person who has been sat at this computer for the last however many Fridays, just
4 weeks,
just sat here anyway. So
I mean, you were given notice we weren't going to be here, so you didn't need to sit at your computer, Pabby. You could have.
His ankle bracelet, Kev. He's stuck in his room. He's under room arrest.
Oh, goodness me, poor old Pabby. But yeah, it's all Pab's fault. It's because he's got one of these inconvenient things. I forget what it's called.
Job?
That's it. That's the one. He's got one of those, and it means we have to record in the evenings. And frankly, it's just inconvenient.
I mean, I also have a job, but
barely.
I wouldn't let it get in the way of recording the world's #1 independent video game podcast. And nor would they expect
a job.
Me.
What a load of nonsense!
They'd understand immediately if I told them, "Look, sorry, I'm just going to have an hour and a half off. I've got a podcast to record." They'd be like, "Say no more, mate. We're all big fans."
Yeah, that's the levels we're looking for, Pabby. I want to be able to record this Tuesday lunchtime. That'd be perfect for me.
I could do like
Absolutely
Tuesday at
perfect.
like 4.
That's not lunchtime, Pab, unless you have been having extremely long lie-ins.
4 o'clock is my wandering down to the shops because I've realised we've got no food time.
See, I tend to do that about 2:30 when I'm supposed to be at work. That's not true.
See, Sheepdog's got the commitment.
When my boss told me he didn't mind where I was as long as the work got done, that was a great day. I was just like,
that was the day you outsourced everything to a personal assistant in China.
Yeah, basically. That's it. And sometimes I'm like, oh, you just caught me out on whatever. And he's like, I don't care. It's like, oh, okay, sounds good to me. It's very handy.
I'm not entirely sure exactly how many weeks we've missed or how many we're going to miss again. Basically, the older we get, the flakier we're getting with the podcast. I think we all just need to accept that. If you, dear listener, are still living in a world where you expect a very punctual Saturday morning release every single week, I think we've trained you better than that over the last few years. Exactly. We're busy people.
It has been, I feel like I've flaked out on everything. Like, I need desperately I think once September comes around, I'll feel more in the routine because the kids will be back at school and everything will be back to normal.
But that being said, in September, we've got Insomnia, we've got EGX, we've got Comic-Con's on the horizon.
And I'm going to Norway.
There's at least 3 or 4 over September and October that we already know we're missing, and that's without the last-minute flakiness. Me and Anna are on holiday for a week, so there's another one.
It just occurred to me that I sat here telling you all how I've got friends visiting the 1st to the 3rd, and then I realised one of those is a podcast night. So
at the moment, there's maybe going to be one more episode before the end of the year, but we are, we're doing our best. It's Pab's fault for insisting on having a job.
No, Mr. Prison and Bail.
Yeah. Goodness me.
Took me ages to find 2 words there, Pab, P and B. So we're going through my head since the start of the show. And then the 2 obvious ones came out.
But, me and Sheepdog did actually miss 1 week for official gaming reasons.
We did.
So, I'm willing to fly. I know it's early to be talking about video games, but me and Sheepdog have been to a world-renowned video gaming event because we are video gaming professionals.
We lived a dream I've had for 6 years. Well, 5. I don't know how long they've been going on. But the fact that I got to do this... You spent a day
with me at some point in the last 6 years. It hasn't been that long.
But we didn't catch this many Pokemon. Well, I did a lot of those other days, but you didn't. So we went to Pokémon Go Fest in London, didn't we? Down at the what's the park called? Something Park.
Brockwell Park, I think, somewhere in South London. It was south of the river. That was the one downside to the event. It was south of the river. It was a nightmare to get to because it was south of the river. I imagine it was just the cheapest park they could get for the event. But
we had a good laugh, didn't we? I was showing you that on socials there was like this group of 3 people who were protesting the event because they felt the park should be left to whatever nature, blah blah blah. But it was just a big field when we got there. I was expecting it to be some.
Anyone who wants to actually see it, I did a vlog of the day, and you can. There is very little there. It was literally still just a park that people were playing football in. There was no like ticket entry to get in or anything. There was an inflatable Snorlax in one corner and a tent that you could buy T-shirts from, and like 1 or 2 other things, but. It was
in the real
no
world,
more obtrusive than setting up like a picnic bench in a park. It was mad.
These people have been going nuts. They were like planning on protesting outside. I guess they probably realised there was nowhere to protest when they said they were going to do this. There was like a tent with merch in, wasn't there, that you filmed your way around and stuff like that. But honestly, they were annoyed that they'd built a volcano out of plastic next to some rock thing. Anyway, when we got there, it was weird, wasn't it, to be like, okay, this is a park, and when I look in the game, there's nothing here, and we were like, I assume it's all going to switch on at 9 o'clock or whatever it was, and then at 9 o'clock, it all kind of appeared on the phone, and in the virtual world, it was an extremely busy, hectic game space, wasn't it, with all the lures and all the Pokemon and all the gyms, and yeah, it's the perfect sort of environment to play Pokemon. You know, there's just stops everywhere. You couldn't move for Pokemon. It was great. We just walked around in circles, completing the quests for
some of us may have walked through long grass and got bitten by something and ended up with blood infection off the back of it. But, you know,
how is
other
that
than
now?
that, I've still got a big, lumpy, scarred area. I don't have the big red blotches anymore. Anna made me go and get lots of antibiotics and things.
Yes, I did.
So I'm no longer in danger of losing my leg. But I think I'm going to have a Pokemon war wound for the rest of my life. I've got a big scar forming. It's
so wild. Like, didn't happen to me, and obviously I definitely walked through the grass.
Oh God, I can't believe we didn't lead with that. I saw Sheepdog's ankles.
He also watched me twice, possibly even 3 times, tread on a stick with my right foot, then trip over the same stick with my left foot simultaneously.
Yeah, that was glorious. That's my new favourite thing.
He got to the point where he was like,
it was possible for people to do that.
He's like, how do you keep doing this? And I was like, I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think we established by 1 o'clock that I hadn't eaten or drank since 6 and lost my mind. I was walking diagonally.
I mean, we were both struggling. So the way it works is you get 4 hours in the park, so 9 till 1 in the park. Then there's like an area of no man's land where some of it was still working for another half hour or so. So we were effectively in this park from 9 till 1:30. Then you get the rest of the day where the rest of London was covered in Pokemon stuff, extra raids, extra Pokestops, extra Pokemon spawning, shiny stuff, all that good stuff. The rest of London that wasn't within 1 mile of the park.
Yeah.
So basically, you're there from 9 till 1:30, and then you have to get at least a mile away from the park to carry on playing for the rest of the day. And then it actually switched off at like 7:30 in the evening. So because we only had the 4 hours in the park, it's the first time we'd ever been to one of these. It's never been in this country before. We met early in the centre of London at King's Cross because we wanted to be there for 9. We then had the pain in the backside trip to get down there. By the time we got there, it was like 10-15 minutes before it opened, and it's a field, so there was nowhere to get any breakfast, to get a cup of coffee. And then once it started, we were like, well, we've paid 30 quid for this or whatever it was. We're not going to go and queue up for a coffee. We're doing our 4 hours of just walking constantly around this field, never looking up from our phones. I've ruined my neck from just looking down at my phone, carrying a heavy backpack all the time. But by the time everything fully switched off at 1:30, we were both close to passing out. We'd had nothing to eat, nothing to drink.
Well,
and I think we'd done
water?
Yeah, but I didn't have time to drink it. I had a big drink at 1:30. Basically, at like 1:29, we walked past a public toilet that we both went into. I came out first, picked up my phone, and I saw everything just turn off. Then had a drink, and then he came out, and I just yelled, "It's all gone!" And we had to leg it, but we obviously had to get food on the way, so we had to go and get massive Greek things.
Yeah, the food in there was pretty horrendous in terms of, I can't remember the exact price, but it was nearly 20 quid.
It was like, I think it was 17 quid for a Pokemon-themed kebab, basically.
Yeah, I ordered a large of whatever the one I was, because it's vegetarian, and when they handed it to me, I was like, I think he misheard me and he's giving me a small here, and then he charged me for a large, and I was like, this is their large one. How small was their normal one?
I got the event special, the Garchomp, that had chicken, pork, and halloumi in, and mine was no bigger than yours. It was just very expensive.
Yeah, I felt.
But yeah, we finally ate, and then we were less dead. And then we came alive. Then we headed off into the rest of London. I actually think the afternoon just around London was probably more fun than the morning in the park, because the park was fine. It was obviously completely hectic of literally just constantly catching Pokemon the whole time. I had finger cramps and everything.
Yeah, it was non-stop. We had to just keep going bang, bang. Oh, we're in this area. We need to catch 5 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We needed to... I think you needed to catch
there was lots
Pokemon
of things we had to do to get through
stuff.
certain stories and stuff, yeah. Which was good. I'd never done anything like that before. I thought it was really cool. But the afternoon felt like it was the summer of 2016 again, because we were just... And Saturday morning as well, because I stayed down in London for an extra day, so I had the citywide stuff on the Saturday as well. And both the Friday afternoon and the Saturday morning, it reminded me so much of back in 2016 when we were in Nottingham and we just led a big group around from MGPX, where we were just going Pokestops to Pokestops, gyms to gyms, and everyone everywhere was playing Pokemon. Yeah, London was like that for the entire weekend. Every gym every raid filled up instantly, and if you didn't get in, it would just fill up again instantly. It was just constant raids on every gyms, shiny Pokemon all over the place. Everywhere you looked, there were groups of people just wandering around playing Pokemon. I've spoken so many times on this podcast about wanting to get that 2016 feeling back and assuming I never would. And for one day, it was back, and Pokemon Go was the best game in the history of the world again. It was just brilliant.
I had a great time. I got home in a very good place. Felt very delighted with my haul, and I've got lots of stuff to trade with my friends. So, like, locals have been, because the range is like 100 meters. Anytime someone goes to Tesco's, they're like, "Sheepdog, I'm in Tesco's. Can you do me a trade?" And they have to go stand by the back near the medicine, and then I can trade them without leaving my chair. And it's just been fun having a big old haul of stuff that people want. And yeah, as I say, I wanted to go to one for years. Ollie was like, "Why aren't you taking me to this?" I was like, "Because you haven't touched the game in months, and you'd be a nightmare. You got a broken leg. I'd be wheeling you around a field. It would have been horrific." But no, he was very happy that I got to go, because he knows it means a lot, and he was excited to hear about it when we got back. And now you're trying to twist our arms to go to the one in Barca, aren't you?
They've got a city safari event in Barcelona, which my understanding, because I've done some research. My understanding is it's basically the citywide stuff from London without them messing around in a field. So the bit that was the best bit of London is going to be the whole of Barcelona for a whole weekend. There's 2 problems with it, though. Problem 1, it's the same weekend as EGX. So we're probably going to EGX, although, hint, hint, EGX, if you're listening, we haven't had our passes through yet. But we're probably going to be at EGX, because EGX is awesome, and we've been there every year forever. And problem number 2, it's also the same weekend as the FA Cup first round, and I'm doing my winner stays on FA Cup series. So I've kind of got 2 reasons why I can't be in Barcelona that weekend, but they're doing 3 of these before the end of the year. They've got Barcelona, Seoul in Korea, and Mexico City, and both of those 2 seem a little further away. So I'm hoping some way, somehow, the universe just kind of shifts around for me so that I can spend the weekend in Barcelona in October, because I just want to do it again now. I want more of that wandering around the city, having fun. I'm going to be keeping my eye on when and where these events are. I was even trying to convince Anna that we should go to New York, because New York Go Fest is this weekend.
I'm literally
trying to convince Anna that we should have been on a flight to New York yesterday.
I'm currently looking, it would have been amazing on Google Flights of doing that. Did I tell you about this trick where if you don't put a place you're flying to and you just click Explore and then you click Map, it will show you all the flights that they offer worldwide, but they'll all be cheaper than if you actually put a place. If you put New York in, it'll show you the New York price because they know that's where you want to go. But if you just put nothing in and you click search, it will show you literally the best possible New York price you can get. So I'm currently doing that to see if I can
mean,
fly tomorrow.
Probably, I was going to say it's probably a little late now. The event started today, didn't it? It's Friday,
but
Saturday,
tickets are
Sunday.
still available.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a waste of a round trip to New York if you only get one afternoon at the event rather than the full 3 days.
Well, I'm about to find out the price to do it.
I mean, we've got somewhere to stay. Zealand has said to me many times, if I'm ever in New York, we can sleep on Zealand's couch. So if you want to share Zealand's couch, we can head over there tomorrow morning. Again, I'm supposed to be at a football match tomorrow, but the universe might bend for me. Who knows?
Well, I don't know if it heard me say New York while I was searching, but if I want to go tomorrow to New York, it's $4,000.
That feels quite expensive. Bearing in mind, Barcelona in October is like 80 quid.
Yeah, I might check out Mexico City for the other date and see how that works. Because I learned about this when I was trying to help figure out flights to my trip in Norway, and then was showing my friend it. My friend had looked up flights to San Diego and was getting X price, and I kept saying, "Well, there's this one over here for cheaper." And how do you keep getting them? And I showed them the trick. But I didn't expect $4,000. I mean, I imagine what it's like without doing the trick. But I'm not going to try it because I don't want to find out it's actually cheaper.
I imagine booking a flight the night before is usually a bad idea when it comes to getting the very best price, I would think.
Probably. I mean, I bet if you just turned up and said what you got, they might show you some cheapo ones.
But yeah, boys and girls, bottom line, if you get the opportunity to attend Pokemon Go Fest or a City Safari or any of these events, as someone who was very much a lapsed Pokemon Go player, I have not played very much at all since the pandemic started, really. That kind of killed it for me. At the time when everyone else was starting to do things like remote raids and all that kind of stuff, I was very much like, well, if I can't go out and walk around and do it, I don't really find it fun anymore. I don't want to sit at home doing raids. I want to be out and about. So I kind of stopped playing when we all had to stay at home and never really got back into it. The amount of travel we've done this year, and I haven't even opened the game.
Yeah, you didn't have any of the regionals I had from Spain and Italy.
Nothing, because I literally didn't open the game. Anna's got stuff from like Switzerland and France and Tenerife, and I literally didn't open the game in any of these places. So I feel like I've got a lot of catching up to do, but I am very much enjoying the game again at the moment. And I know it's Global Go Fest next weekend, which again is going to coincide with me being down in London. So I'm down in London for the wrestling. So I'm kind of hoping that I'm going to get that London feeling again next weekend, because theoretically there should be even more people playing.
Yeah, it should be rammed. Normally that's where I just kind of sit in my car just playing it at a couple of stops. But
see, I just can't find the game fun on that side. I know. I have to go out and explore and have the adventure as well. Because when we were doing the citywide stuff, we didn't just go to Pokemon spots. We went to Buckingham Palace. We went to several of the parks. We went to Trafalgar Square. We went to Chinatown. We went to Leicester Square. We did the full London tourist sightseeing tour in one afternoon, but catching Pokemon. And it was awesome. I walked all the way from my hotel at King's Cross down to, Leicester Square on the Saturday morning. Just walked that entire, basically following Pokemon routes the whole way. So I didn't even walk in a straight line. I was effectively walking from train station to train station because they all had routes between them. And it took me like 4 hours, but I was just loving it. It was awesome.
That route thing's been really cool,
more
actually.
Of this. They need to do events every day. I want every day to be an event, please. And everyone to play it every day. It needs to be 2016 again, damn it.
It would probably kill me if they made events every day. I mean, they've always got events on. There's an event on at the moment. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, but it's not one that anyone cares about, so no one's going out and playing loads of it.
No, you're right.
That's what I want. I want to be able to walk down the road and catch 5 shiny Pokemon and then have a raid that I can just jump in whenever I feel like it. That's what I want. I want to be able to just play it without there being any waiting. That's the problem when you're not around loads of people playing it. All the waiting and I'm looking at my phone now. There's a raid nearby now, but it's a level 5 raid. I can't do that on my own, and no one else is about. So it's just that Pokemon is just scadding around, king of the gym, not a care in the world, because I can't get rid of him. I can't lock him up in my ball. Rubbish. Stupid game. I hate Pokemon Go. Have I mentioned that?
I've been really on it though since all of the event and that. I know I said a little while back I was going off it a bit and had been a bit fed up, but it has definitely picked back up for me. I'm like 2 million off leveling up, which is also keeping me going because I like leveling up. But it's it's one of those where it'll mean that I'll unlock a new. So you'll probably find this actually when you level up over 40, you get given a quest to do each level to keep you kind of going because it's going to be a long slog to level up again. So I'd finished the task for that at GoFest because I finally did my 8th week where I'd walked enough. And now I'm just waiting for the 2 million XP and then I'll level up again. And I mean,
it's not going to be that much of a long slog for me at the moment. I started whenever the Go Plus came out, so less than a month. Because I've not done my full month of Snorlax grabbing yet with that. When that came out, I was in the middle of level 38. I'm now 1 million XP off level 41. I have gained more XP in the last month than I previously had in my entire lifetime playing Pokemon Go. I've literally doubled my XP in a month.
I mean,
from like 12-ish million to nearly 25 million.
The gaps do creep up each time, though. I mean,
I've had a crazy time. Occasionally, I've noticed this about myself. Don't know if anyone else ever has. If I get interested in something, I occasionally go a little over the top.
You do. Oh God, that's the thing. Is Anna allowed to hear what I'm about to say?
Anna knows I'd spent the money. Yes.
Okay, so we're walking in, and Kev's like, "Are you all prepared, Sheepdog?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I watched a video about this online. The nice man told me that if I want to do it properly, I need to spend $100 on poker coins." And I was just like, "What?" And this
I told you about this like 2 weeks ago.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
This man in front of us just turned around and was like listening to our conversation, and Kev was like, "I've no idea what I'm going to do with it because I bought all the boxes that were available and I've got enough balls and passes and this, that and the other." And he showed me that he still had like over 12,000 coins left.
I've still got loads left now.
And I was just like,
I'm never going to need to buy coins again. It's amazing.
Because there was a special offer on their site where you got extra if you spent 100. But me and this guy were both just like, "You didn't need to do that." Like,
the man in the video said I did.
Yeah, the guy, because I obviously know Kev, I was just like, "Oh, okay." Whereas the guy was just like, "If the man in the video said, but what?" He was absolutely flabbergasted, this random stranger, but very entertained by it.
I mean, what would you expect anything else from me, Anna? You've known me a long time now.
I am appalled that you've done that.
I mean, it's probably not the first time I have. I've probably spent more on this game than Sheepdog has over the years.
By miles.
Way more. And I played it for a couple of years when it came out and then didn't play it for 4 years. And I've still spent low. If I'm looking at the shop and like if I need incubators, I'm just going to buy the incubators. For example, I'm never not going to have a full complement of incubators. That sounds like madness. How am I going to hatch my eggs?
XP. Yeah, that's what you're doing. I hatch like an egg every now and again. You're smashing through them.
I hatched like 200 eggs in the last month.
That's amazing. I like that. I think that's one of your tasks, isn't it? Hatch a load of eggs on your...
Yeah, I think for me, because Sheepdog apparently referred me to the game, despite the fact that I'd already had it from before it came out.
So, like, if you haven't played the game in a long time and you sign up using someone's referral code, you both get... You have tasks to do as well, don't you? You actually get rewards from the tasks.
Yeah, I get... Yeah. Like, if I win 100 battles, I get 10 super incubators.
Yeah.
For example.
It's cool because I've referred 10 people, so when those people hit milestones, I get some cool stuff. And we'd arranged that Kev was going to unlock 5 incubators for me on the morning of the event, and then he was 1 heart short. And it was quite weird, actually. I had a couple of weird, surreal things happen that day because Kev was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't get to it. I'm 1 heart short, and that's the max." And I was like, "Oh, damn, okay." And then coincidentally, someone I'd referred who I don't even know, they'd used my code on Twitter, just happened to unlock it, like, literally as I was being like, "Don't worry about it." And so I got it. I also had a thing where as I was queuing for the train, someone walked over to me and said, "Do you play Pokemon? Are you going to Go Fest? Where are you in Peterborough?" I said, "No, I'm in Deepin." Like, "Oh, I work in Deepin. Are you in the Discord?" I was like, "Yeah." Turns out I've literally been speaking to this guy on Discord for weeks about this local gym that we had a problem with and stuff like that. Like, I only virtually knew him, but I knew him. I had no idea he was going to be getting on the train. Our seats were next to each other. We talked the whole way down. It was very bizarre how these weird coincidences kept happening all day. But yeah, no, got my incubators off Kev afterwards as well, and I can see that there'll be 10 more when he's done his battles. I am thinking I might get Pab to put my referral code in the episode description, so some of you can get back on it.
Nope.
And why not?
Good work, Pabby, because he's putting
No
his own in.
advertisements.
Good work, Pab.
It's in the chat.
Producer
Pabby.
has spoken.
I'll just edit it. I've got access to the Spreaker.
We'll see about that. Revoke his access, Pavy.
If anyone wants it, message me. He's just deleted it from the chat.
Just why? I mean, why don't you just say it now? He's not going to edit that out,
Well,
is he?
'cause
He's
I
not-
didn't-
Definitely not going to edit it if you say it.
If
Yeah,
people get their
exactly.
phones out now, then it's M for Mike, B for brother, K for kilo, number 9, J for Juliet, V for Victor, 3, M for Mike, X for X-ray.
YZ.
There's no YZ, no, Pappy.
You sure?
Yeah. But if you all go now, get the game out, put that in, and then play it, I'll get a load of swag. I also just want to refer 40 more people so that I can close off the medal you get, and then I'm done. I can forget about it, because I'm all about getting the medals and then never touching that part of the game again with stuff.
You're a monster.
I am. But yeah, that was 20 minutes worth of Pokemon
Yeah,
Go. What a dream.
Pokemon Go Fest gets a big thumbs up. Pabby, I have some more breaking news.
Oh, okay.
I am joining you in the new PC club. So all the hassles you had when you got your new PC earlier in the year, I imagine mine are about to begin, because my new PC should be ready before the time we do
hang on.
our next podcast.
How are you going about this?
I mean, I'm a football manager YouTuber, so I have contacted the good man known as Nerdphonic and said, Matt, I need a new PC. And he said, how much do you want to spend? And I said, whatever it costs. So he sent me an Amazon basket and said, order all these, get them sent to my house. So I did that, and it's now all at his house.
Okay.
So, yeah, there was a lot of research and technical stuff went into it. But
Okay.
I'm getting, what's it called? A 4080.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
That's the new one, isn't it?
It's the newest.
So I'm
The
going to be able to
40
play
is the
Football
newest.
Manager with really high graphics. That's what I'm looking for. Really shiny Football Manager.
Maybe
So
play them.
expect tales of woe from me when I get my new PC.
I imagine that he's probably done sensible things and gone relatively straightforward build, where I feel like I went about it the wrong way.
I now want to make sure. I mean, yeah, I hope I haven't gone. I mean, there's no way I've gone about it the wrong way. Matt's a genius. Matt will just magically make it work because he's a genius. That's what he does.
He
He's
should be
tech
fine.
support for the entire Football Manager community. But yeah, I am very excited. And it also means that my current PC, I'm going to be able to donate to Anna so that she's able to play that game that she wants to
Baldur's
play.
Gate 3. I really,
You
really
still haven't
want to
played
play.
it, have you? Because
No.
apparently it is Steam Deck verified, but runs like trash on the Steam Deck, so we haven't even bothered getting it yet. We're just going to wait until I can move my current PC into the living room for Anna to have a crack at, which, to be honest, by the time I've done that, it'll probably be out on PS5 anyway.
2 weeks.
Yeah. But I really want to play it because it's by the people that do... oh God, I forget. Oh my God, it begins with a D.
Divinity.
There we go, yeah. And I like them games. They're funny, and I like the look of this game because it's just, yeah, I want to play it because it was in like game preview for like years, and I kept watching things. I was like, well, I'm not going to get preview because I'll get so far and enjoy it, and then they're going to wipe it. So I've waited, and now it's out. But now I can't find the charger for Kevin's laptop, so I'm just going to have to wait for it to come out on PS5.
I mean, that's my very old laptop as well, so the chances of it if it doesn't run on the Steam Deck very well, the chances of it running on that laptop, that laptop's probably not as highly spec'd as a Steam Deck. It's a good 8-year-old laptop.
Exactly, it's a good 8-year. 8-year-old.
That's not quite the way those words are intended to be used.
But I'll just wait for the console version because it's already mapped for the console version, so I don't mind waiting. Though I do mind because everything is going to start coming out very soon, and I'm not going to have enough time. Well, I am going to have enough time, but I just won't be able to finish all of them at once because some of these.
Well,
games...
shall I cancel a few then to help you out?
No.
I'm nipping on there. I'll just cancel.
No,
a couple of them.
I'll
pick which ones to cancel.
Assassin's Creed is now coming out a week early, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, let's cancel that one.
No, let's not. Though I'm not.
What is this one? What is Immortals of Avium? I feel like sometimes you just order games
it's
because they're
Tuesday.
coming out. But I've never heard that. I bet that's rubbish. You'll play that for an hour
and
then never touch it again.
Again, I've watched videos on it. It looks quite cool. It's like a first-person shooter, but you have magic. And I like magic.
It's like there's never been one of them before. Goodness me. My word.
Oh, my word.
Right, Pabby, put an advert in, then you lot can talk about some games other than Pokemon. Good work, Pablo. Excellent adverting. I've just, looking at this list, I've just seen that I've still got Lord Winklebottom Investigates pre-ordered. Which is that game with a giraffe in a top hat where he investigates crime.
You do really.
That doesn't come out until October. I'm very excited. Well, I want it on my Switch.
Yeah.
It's coming out on Switch and PS4, so it must be good. That's also out the weekend we're supposed to be in Barcelona, so there's another reason that we can't go to Barcelona because I'll be playing Lord Winklebottom Investigates. I'm going to need to get it early so that I can play it at EGX and show you it all because it looks so good.
I'm glad you said something so absurd because I was spacing out a little bit. And then I heard you say that and it brought me back to reality. It's a slight tangent, but the reason I'm spacing out is because I had a really weird thing happen yesterday where Ollie was saying that my room smelled funny, and I was just like, well, what have you done in there that you're bringing this up? And so I opened the windows and then tried to find the source of the smell, and it turned out Ben had left some rotten chicken in his pocket at school that he's brought home in a coat that's been sat in here and has suddenly gone ripe in the heat, I guess. Anyway, threw that out, tried to shut the window, and the window was broken. So I messaged the guy who put it in, and my phone randomly rang while you were talking, and I was hanging up and being like, I'm on a call, I'm in a meeting. And he replied, I'm confused, bruv. I've never done a garage conversion for you. And I'm like, I could just scroll up and see all of our conversation where we've been talking about my garage conversion from you. So yes, you have. But it threw me a little bit. And I kind of was just like, well, what do I do now? This guy's pretending he's never heard of me, even though I can see the conversations we've had about it. So anyway, random tangent, but I've got a random piece of wood just screwed into the plastic on my window at the moment because the guy that came out couldn't fix it and decided to leave it in the most disgraceful looking, obviously bad way he could have.
That's what you get for making your kids have rotten chicken.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we sorted that because when suddenly I hadn't noticed like there was any. I think it was just starting. It must have knocked something. That's what started to smell. But Mrs. Sheepdog opened it. It was like it sounded very grim. It smelled grim, but it's gone now, and the window's just wrecked. So that was a fun half an hour. But yeah, this guy doesn't know what I'm in a meeting means because he keeps ringing me. I'm like, mate, I'm in a meeting. Maybe I should have said I'm doing a podcast. Were you talking about a game or should I talk about what I've been playing?
Yeah, you fill your boots. You are after the fold this week, though, so you've been relegated.
But well, I was pre-fold as well. I was there. That was mine. But I'm pretty sure last podcast I'd mentioned that I'd got the PlayStation and I tried to get back into Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think
you caused a price drop to happen. We discussed it at length.
Oh yeah, you told me this, right? I looked this up online and it's still more than what I paid for it. So you're talking nonsense.
Well, that doesn't count. You add all your Amazon vouchers to it and all that sort of thing.
I only had a little bit of a discount from Amazon, like a little bit here and there. It was that most of that I put into getting the Xbox. That was the story, Pab. It was I got the Xbox for a stupidly cheap price, which meant that the PlayStation was just a good deal. It was the Xbox that I'd turned into I can't remember what it would have cost me now. Basically, nout. But I got a good deal on a PlayStation, and that was all a lie from you. It is still cheaper because I was trying to get someone else I know to buy one. I think it's my sister I was trying to convince to get one. and every price I could find was still way more than what I paid. And on the refurbed Xboxes, it turns out they are double the price I paid for them even before all the vouchers. So yeah, I did buy it a good time. So nah. Anyway, I think I might have said I wasn't really feeling it. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, the fact that I played it through to where Aerith takes you to a house, and then I stopped. I was annoyed at the time because I hadn't got this materia that you could get on this very simple task. I think I just forgot it was there when I had to redo it. Anyway, when I loaded it up, I started. I thought I'd started after that, and I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna get on with the game, play it. It'll be fine. And then about an hour into playing it, I was at that bit. And I was like, oh, cool. I'll just get this materia. I'm on my merry way. Excellent. I'm glad I did, because it was the materia that let you attack more than one enemy at once. It was quite critical. I made it my healing one where I could just press a button and heal everyone. So I really did need that, and I'm glad I got it. But I think I entered Wall Market, which is a very big part of the original, and it's a very big part of this one, the bit where you've got to kind of get Cloud to dress up as a woman and infiltrate Don's palace and think he's pretty enough to try and take him on a date. And I just remembered why I love Final Fantasy VII so much. I just absolutely was having a blast with it, really enjoyed it, absolutely hammered it. I got to the point where I before I went away, I think I was at a point where I'd done most of the game. I was on the motorbike bit, and I could not do the boss, and I was failing it again and again and again and again, and I just thought, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Went away. While I was away, I thought I should probably look up whether I'm actually doing it properly, and I pretty much was. But and I thought, because in the original, you finish that battle, and then you're just kind of like, all right, we're at the edge of the city now, let's go. Thought the game was obviously going to end around there, but I'm not going to get into. I know it's been out a while, but I'm not going to get into spoilers. But obviously, this game is different. It's a remake, and yeah, my word, I love it. I'm very happy. What a great little addition and sort of fleshing out of the story. And I've rolled straight into is it Intergrade? Is that what it's called? Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, the Yuffie story. That's on PS Plus. So if you have, what I ended up doing was I have the PS4 version of the game, stuck the disc in, downloaded the PS5 version for free, and then got to the end of the game, unlocked the Intergrade through my PS Plus, which means I carried on playing that. And so now I'm playing as Yuffie and doing her story, and it's all just, yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I think part 2's out at the end of the year, is it? Or is it next year it's out?
I want to say next year.
Yeah, so, well, part of me was thinking I'm basically going to finish this Yuffie stuff, probably buy Final Fantasy 16 at some point in the near future as like a self-birthday present.
Wasn't there like an in-between one?
Yeah, that's what the Intergrade thing was.
No. There's another one, the Crisis.
Oh, no, that's a prequel. I've got that, actually. I should probably play that.
That's probably
Cheers for the reminder,
part
Pabby.
of it, though. There you go.
That's sat on my computer unturned on. I've just not loaded it at all since I got it. I'm an idiot. I can't remember why. I think I got that in a Steam sale or something, or like a Epic Store sale. Someone told me it was in a store, and I went, right, bang, I'm getting it, and it's been sat on my computer since.
Well, there you go. You got that as well.
Oh, nice. So basically, I've stretched out here where I could probably play Crisis Core, get Final Fantasy 16, hopefully just as it drops in price a little bit after the pre-launch, the launch period, sorry. And then let's have a look, see when Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 comes out.
Next
but yeah,
Christmas, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be playing it for the whole year. Is it called Rebirth, the next part? Interesting. I know it says early 2024.
Is it? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, it might be. I can't remember now. It's been that long.
It feels weird to me that they'd do early 2024 and not Christmas 2023, but I suppose it might not be ready in time. But anyway, I'm excited because it means that, yeah, I could basically finish this DLC. I'll play Crisis Core next then. I could, if I can run through the rest of the year playing those alongside everything else I'm playing, I'll have a Final Fantasy 7, my face off. It'll be great. I have to just watch Advent Children source Dirge of Cerberus again somehow, and just complete the story. But I'm loving it. Very happy with that. It really got back in my head how much I love the game and how much of a part of my gaming life it is, and all of this stuff. I think my only criticism of the entire game was at no point did Barrett scream, "Where's its effing head?" in the lab. I was walking around the lab looking at every single thing I could possibly look at in the hope that he would shout it as loud as he could, because when I played that with my friends, me and my friends once met up and played it back to back with different sofas and TVs set up in a little triangle. And when I got to that bit, I yelled it out at the top of my voice at like 3 a.m, and everyone just went into hysterics because it was so random. I didn't expect it and whatever. And so that's been like my favourite line from it in years. And I was like, here it comes. And he didn't say it. And I'm like, God damn it. They need to sue whoever. They need to sack whoever didn't include that line from the original script in there, because it's a pivotal line of the story to me. But anyway, I've also, everyone and their dog told me to play Astro's Playroom. I keep wanting to call it Astro's Tea Room, and I can't get it out of my head. Astro's Tea Room, which I finally played with Ben, and he was giddy as hell watching me play it. He wanted to like zip up the costumes and blow into the microphone to make the fan go. And it took me maybe 2 minutes of playing the game to realise I watched Anna play this on Twitch for a bit. I sort of was playing it and I was like, hang on, this all seems very familiar. And then I remembered that I'd spent time while Anna was streaming, just watching her play that on Twitch, and we were looking for all the different references that the games that it had, which obviously none of my kids got. I'm going to, that's a reference to such, and they're like, they have no idea what Metal Gear Solid is and stuff like that. But that was good fun. I started to get a little bit headachy. I think I was a bit tired of, I don't like when I have to turn the controller to make it like a steering wheel. That makes me feel a bit ugh. And I think it was just, I was a bit like, I've got a headache now. I'm getting fed up of failing this over and over again because I'm incompetent. But I'll play it in bits and bobs. It's good fun. I think out of all, I mean, that's for that to be just a free game that comes with your PS5 and shows you how the controller works. That's a lot better than the previous stuff they've had, isn't it? Like older versions of that gimmick have not been anywhere near as complicated and cool as this. I was quite impressed with that. But I think that's it for my games. That anything of note. I've kind of given up on Sonic Frontiers. I was streaming it and I got stuck on a boss, and I've tried to do the boss online, offline. I just can't beat it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't really get what I'm doing wrong at all, and I just haven't had the energy to try and get it right. But balls to it. I'll come back to it at some point. I'm not streaming it anymore. I mean, I'm going to return to streaming on Sunday, but I've got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do, because I'm not streaming that. And I think if I've played anything else, I'll interrupt later, and well, not interrupt, but say later. And I think that's it. Probably. I've been hammering Final Fantasy.
Splendid. This is where one of you two talks. I know it's been a while.
I haven't really played a lot.
That's not true.
It is. It really is. You'd think that, but I haven't. I put on. Oh God, Dead Space. I started like the new one. I started that again. I put it on easy because I haven't got time to faff around. I just want to get through the game. I got to a bit where I couldn't kill a monster because it kept regenerating, so I turned it off. But that game's quite nice to look at, like from when it was back, like PS3, I want to say. It's got like the vibe of like Predator, like it's just very spacey and it just looks nice, but like gory. But I find it too dark. I think it's my TV or something, but I can't get the contrast right. It's either too dark or it's too washed out, and it does my head in. But yeah, I was going through it, I was enjoying it, but then I got to a bit where I could not. This monster like kept regenerating, and I was like, I haven't got time for that, so I turned that off. What else have I played?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
You went completely silent.
Yeah, I can't. Like, I played. What have I played? I played some Disney today, some Dreamlight Valley. That game's addictive. That's annoying. Because I went in it because I was waiting for Starfield to download. Because I want to make sure it downloads, because my Xbox is weird that if I turn it off, nothing downloads. So.
And just have to jump in quickly. Have you seen that the 30, the whatever, the how much upgrade to get the early access is there?
Oh, is it that I couldn't find it? I was having a look
for it. It is available. You know, like it was for Forza, where you get it the 5 days early for just pay for the upgrade is because you've already got it on Game Pass.
Yeah,
that upgrade is available. I don't know. I've seen it in a few different places now. People saying, making people aware that this is a thing.
Okay,
so it is there. You just gotta
find it.
Find somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but yeah, it is there.
Okay, I'll have a look for it later. But I do like Dreamlight Valley. It's ridiculously addictive because you're like, right, I'll just do this mission, but then when you do that mission, it opens like somewhere else, and you're like, well, I'll just finish. Oh, I just need like 10 bits of, I don't know, sand. I'll just go and get the sand, and then you get the sand, you make the glass, and you're like, well, the person that needs a glass, the character that needs glass is just there. I'll go and talk to them, and then they give you. And it's so addictive. Like I must have put like 4 hours in it today, and I was just having a mess about. I just wanted Starfield to download. It did get a bit glitchy, so the woman out of Tangled, not Rapunzel, but the other one, the old woman, I had to help her. So I did her mission, went to find her, and it would to finish the mission because I was in like a dream world where I couldn't interact with any of the characters except for her, and I couldn't find her. So it was doing that loading thing. So I turned it off, went back on it, and then it did this weird thing where the start of the mission is you're with Ursula and Merlin and Finn. Is it Finn? Not Finn. Who am I trying to think of? Kristoff. And you're with him, and it did this weird fast track of what I had just done. So it was like they all said a word that they were doing. All the magic came out, the magic came in, turned me invisible. But as they were doing that, I was under the world, so I could see Dreamlight Valley, all the underneath. It had glitched out, and I don't know what had happened, but thankfully, after the cutscene ended, everything went back to normal. I found the woman, and I got out of this dream state. But yeah, there is a few issues in there sometimes. But they've given everyone some free moon tokens because apparently there was the Dark Thorns in their servers.
Love a moon token.
Well, that's their currency, their premium content. So I bought a fruit turtle with mine because it was the cutest. It's a turtle from Nemo, but it's made of fruit, and he is orange and he is beautiful, and he just follows me around because I didn't know that all the all the animals that you interact with in the game, when they're your friend, you can have them as your pet to follow you around. I didn't know that. So I've got squirrels that will follow me. I've got bunnies that will follow me. And now I have an orange fruit turtle that cost me 2,000 moons or whatever it is. Because I don't pay for premium quality, premium currency in games.
No, only maniacs would do that.
Exactly like you. I like when they give it me for free.
Whoa.
I also started seasons in Diablo.
Okay. You
have to start a new character. You have to start the game from scratch, which I don't mind. I haven't really got my other characters. I've never really left that first area for some reason. If I see a mission, a blue exclamation, I will go and do that, and I don't care. So I've literally got to maybe the second major area, and I've never really gone further than that. So I started a new one, which was fine. I knew what I was doing. I knew where I was going. I am now a sorcerer. I do like being a sorcerer. It is quite fun. I've been a barbarian, I want to say, or the one with the animal. I started one where I was a rogue. I did that for a little bit, but then for season, because them two live in the realm world, so you can't use them. And then this character, my sorcerer, lives in the seasons world. Now I don't understand how seasons work. I don't know what I'm doing, and why it's a season. I I don't understand things like that. I just wanted to play the game, and it's like, come over here, do seasons. I was like,
Okay.
all right. I got a season pass. I don't know. And then it was like, so I bought the season pass. I was like, oh my God, why much is it going to charge me? But it didn't charge me. It gave it me free. But then it was like, buy tiers. I'm like, why do I want to buy a tier? I just unlock them. Because now I've got to like tier 7.
Yeah.
Just by playing it.
It's just a battle pass. So you buy tiers simply because it gives you the option to buy them if, per se, the season was about to finish. This is how I expect. I have bought tiers in the past on Fortnite because there's an item that I want that is further down the battle pass than what I can get before the season would end. That's how. No, a lot of people are just maniacs and just buy the entire seat straight away and just have all the looting. You're like, well, just play the game. I don't know why you have to buy the entire thing and then just lord it around, like running around and see them all in the fancy game. You're like, why have you bought all the season? I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought if you're gonna play like Diablo, and you've played the seasons, just unlock it by playing. I don't get why you want to buy it, but whatever. The tiers aren't great. They're not. I've looked at them. I'm like, oh, it's a shirt. Oh, it's a it's a cosmetic thing. Oh, I've got a different skin to put on my horse. I'm just like,
it is mostly cosmetic stuff, I'd say. I mean, so you're playing through, and you just playing the story then?
As far as I'm aware, that's what you do, and then as you go through, you unlock things. No. Oh, well, I don't.
This is as far as I'm aware. To get to the content for the season, you have to have finished the game.
Oh well, I haven't done that. What? If you have to finish the game, why do you need to start a new?
Because that's how seasons work. Seasons are just all you play that character in that season, and then after that season ends, that character gets put into the permanent realm.
So I have to finish the game in the normal realm to play seasons.
No, you don't have to. You can play it like you are, but you will only benefit. For me, I might be completely wrong here, but for me, it's the end game stuff is where it gets where you're going to benefit from the season and the challenges and the dungeons.
But you have to start from the start.
Not if you finish. Once you've finished it, you can skip the entire story. You start. Because I've done it. I can say.
Okay.
I was pushing to get this finished, and I finished it and started the season 1. When you roll a new character, it says, "Do you want to skip the story?" And you go yes, and it puts you at the end of the story. Right, it kicks you back out like it does when I finish the game. It spits you out into the world, and it goes, "Here's this, and this," and then it's all season. Then all the season stuff is. Have you done stuff about capturing like souls in like it's like the soul catcher type thing? You've got like a I don't know what it is. It's like I've not played it in a few weeks, but it's like a circular thing that I think it might be. I don't know what it is. You capture.
I'm just playing the game.
You have to capture enemies' souls. Is one of the. It's part of this season. Is you have to capture these souls, and you have to do it by these bosses. You have to fight, and then you take their soul, and then you put it in this thing, and then they become a crafting thing. They become a crafting material. If you've not, I don't know if you would have done that.
No, I literally just been playing the game.
See, I assume that's part of the season stuff. And that's all end game stuff from what I can tell. Like I say, so the story is only the beginning in this game. The story is just a tutorial, basically.
Yeah.
The end game is where everybody is and where everyone is striving to get to. Now, everyone rushed through the story, and I did. I rushed through it. I didn't do any side quests once I was pushing for the story, and I did it in about. I want to say it took about a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Of me just playing sessions here and there to get through it. I feel like I got it through it pretty damn quick, to be fair. But it is. it is. I think I want to say I am about level 15-ish. I want to say I'm a rogue now. I'm level 15, and I'm not tons of levels into the season pass.
How many levels is there? Because I'm 7.
Oh, there's probably close to 100. I might be completely wrong, but there's 100 on Fortnite, and I bet it's probably not far off that. I think there's 8. I think there's 80 in Overwatch season in their battle pass. So I imagine it's probably around that sort of number.
Okay.
And it's all based on challenges. There's just you get tons of challenges inside the season pass. If you look at the challenges, and it's like there's loads of quests like kill this many things, do this many things, do this.
Yeah, I've seen them like collect these.
Yeah, and you claim them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I say, I feel like there is probably more. There's probably more to it in the end game, I imagine. Because that's everything I was told about it. So I don't know whether you want to. I don't know how it works now, Anna, for you, because I don't know if you're stuck in limbo in the sense of if you go back to one of your other characters, finish the story, and then I don't know whether that seasonal character then is. It'll just click and go. Oh, you finished the story. I don't think it does. I think you'd have to start another character in season, skip the story, and then it'd kick into all the new stuff that's available. And there's tons of stuff. There's all sorts of different things going on. But yeah,
I don't mind. I'm just like you said, this will go into the realm because like there's like two like separate worlds this seasons, and there's like your everyday. So
your Eternal Realm, whatever it's called, or something like that. So that's where they go after the season. Yeah,
she'll go in there and be there for me, but and then like today for like literally an hour I was in Fallout 76 and it is still just
what's that like these days? How populated is that?
My server was full. Like
that's good.
I think there was like 20. It says like 20 servers open, and I could get into one. As soon as I got in the game, walked up to like this tower, and someone was coming out of it. So there's like he was level 22. So there's people still in there doing it because like at the moment it's like Blue Moon or something. It's like the last weekend of an event. I just wanted to go in, just have a look, but I was just getting shot by super mutants. I turned it off.
What a sentence.
I just can't be bothered. And then Kevin's like, "Oh, you've got 5 minutes." So obviously, now I'm here. But yeah, not a huge lot. Just because it's the summer and we've been going out, and I like to nap. So yeah, that is me. So over to you, Pab, because I heard that you had a few things to talk about.
I've got also see while you lot all have been off gallivanting on your holidays and all that sort of thing. I've been down the gaming mines and ploughing away, working hard, finishing games.
Okay.
So I finished Diablo, like I mentioned. I finished Viewfinder, which I mentioned a couple of the last 2 episodes that I'd played. I finished that. It's not massive long. I think the full playthrough was about 4.5 hours. But I do recommend.
Mind-boggling though, isn't it?
Oh, it's such a cool game. So cool. So very. I recommend it to anyone to give it a go if you like something like. Kind of like Portal, but also a bit of The Witness, and it's just very mind bendy puzzles, picture based. But yeah, I recommend it wholeheartedly. It's very good. I've played. Oh, I will say I've been playing Fortnite, and I will say this. I'm only saying this just to prick Kev's ears. Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair are now purchasable characters in Fortnite.
Are they, by golly?
Who are they?
Are they, by golly?
Yep.
They're lady wrestlers.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
They've just come into Fortnite this past few days.
What? That's such a random thing.
They do it every day. There's all sorts of stuff. I mean, this season's Battle Pass is Optimus Prime from Transformers, and
Of course it is.
there's loads of anime people. I don't know who they are these days. There's
Pronounced Anime.
Yeah, well, there's some people from them. Jujutsu, something else, maybe. I don't know. Some people know who it is, apparently. I don't know. I ain't got a clue who these people are. So they're in the game now. But I've been playing a relatively new game. It came out, I think, I want to say last week. It's called Stray Gods. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. I think I played the demo when the summer demo stuff on Steam was on, and enjoyed what I'd played. I've played about 3 or 4 hours of this. I haven't played tons because I've been playing it while streaming it into my Discord and then giving us a chance to like make choices and just watch the game out. But the game. The official title is Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, and it is sort of like a Telltale game, but it's a musical. So you are a person who it's not really a spoiler. You've effectively become a god because of the murder of somebody, and you inherit their powers, and you have then a week to prove your innocence to the other gods, who assume that you're the one that's killed them. And because of the god that you are, you trigger people to sing. And it, like you say, you make the choices a la a Telltale game, but you have a number of choices. You have like charming, kick-ass, and like smart or clever, whoever it is. And each choice differs how the song sounds, plays out, how the characters behave. And yeah, it's just a very cool way of effectively making a Telltale game, where it's all kind of sang to you, and the soundtrack's very good. It's done by Austin Wintory, who did who's known for doing the Journey soundtrack and several other soundtracks around. So it is very good quality. There's tons of like known actors in there. Troy Baker's in there. Ashley Johnson's in there. Ashley Birch is in there, who was Aloy. Remember rightly? Several other known named voice actors and whatever. So it's quite a stacked cast. But I've just enjoyed playing it, and it's been quite fun just to do it how I'm doing it, where I have it open in the Discord and we just kind of go over the discussions and just kind of enjoy the sing song that's going on with it. It's it's been fun, and I don't imagine I probably imagine it's probably no more than 10 hours long, so it's not a big endeavour to get over. But yep, I've been playing that. I'll continue to play that. What else have I got? The other thing that I've been playing, it's probably been the most, like the biggest game that I've played in the last couple of weeks is Remnant 2. I've been playing a lot of Remnant 2. I've probably close to 10 hours or so on Remnant 2 now, and I think that game is very, very good. Very, very good. If you remember from Remnant 1, I wonder if any of you actually played Remnant 1.
I played it, and it frightened the bejesus out of me.
Did it?
The monsters just... I couldn't hack it, so I've just been watching people play the second one. It gives me... what was that PlayStation 5 game? On the spaceship. You keep landing, you keep replaying it. It gives me that vibe.
So you're going to say something that I had that feeling as well?
I
Returnal.
can't remember the name. That's it, yes.
So, people compare this to a Dark Souls game, and it is sort of like a Dark Souls game, in the sense of you have you have like checkpoints, which are like campfires that you can rest at, and once you rest at them, it respawns the enemies around you. And you have like what they're not Estus flasks, but that's what Dark Souls called them, Estus flasks, which you have a number of them, and then you refill them by resting at the stones. But yes, it's not procedurally generated, but it's kind of randomized what you will play. So I started in a world which seemed like a very fancy high society mansion. Once I went outside of it, it looked like Bloodborne.
Okay.
And the world was very like old Victorian style thing, and lots of burning fires and stuff like that. And then you fight the bosses in there, and then you finish that level, and it's all random. I'm saying this because I did that level, and I watched someone else's playthrough, and they did a completely different starting world, and so there is like random different worlds which are randomly put in different parts of the game.
Because what I've seen, it was like a post-apocalyptic like city. So.
Yep. So that's that. Like I say, I mean, so I got to like the second world, and it was like the kind of like the Mars world of Returnal, where it's all very like dusty and dark, and there's these weird monolithic buildings that you don't know what they do, and they have like these kind of like robot enemies that kind of shoot like laser balls at you. And then I went inside a side dungeon in there, and then it reminded me a little bit of Prometheus or Alien, a little bit in places. And I'm like, I don't know what this place is, but it's strange. But it is completely random. I've not seen that before.
No, no.
So I don't know how it works exactly, but there are multiple bosses in each world. So it is random what bosses you would get in said world. It's also random how the world are given to you, sort of thing. So I could be playing stuff that somebody else plays, like late game, or vice versa. I could be playing some levels later on that people played right at the beginning, and I could also be playing bosses that they didn't play in their playthrough. So it encourages multiple playthroughs, where there's a chance you will never get the same thing. And you can re-roll the worlds. You go to the main hub sort of thing, and I think you can re-roll the world. You would restart the whole world from the beginning. So if you got through a world and went, I need to get out of here, I'm not doing this one again. You would have to start at the beginning of a new world. You couldn't just checkpoint halfway through it. But so that gives you the opportunity to just have a bit of variety in it, because like I say, it's the worlds are they're not procedurally generated or anything like that, so it's not like you're going to get a completely different world. So I mean, if you saw the levels I've played through, it would be how I played it, sort of thing. It would be the same world, just random as to what order you would get them in. Do you think it's cool? Like I say, there is some sections that I think are predetermined. So I did the labyrinth, which I've seen somebody else do, and I feel like it's a certain like point of the world. I think it's like a checkpoint world. It's like, so I watched someone else play a whole separate starting world to me, then get to the labyrinth, and then I imagine it's not a hub world, but it's like a hub. It kind of is. It's a story beat world where you need to do a particular thing to progress the story along. So I've done all the labyrinth. Labyrinth was a pain. There's lots of portals that you've got to jump through and do some puzzling. It's very puzzle based, like dungeons and stuff like that, where it requires you to read some books and figure out what it wants you to do. I played a chess game against some, but it's weird. It was more like a what they called it, like a noughts and crosses game, more or less, like a tic-tac-toe sort of game that I was playing against the computer, trying to beat him to get at the dungeon. But if every time I lost, he put like a spell on me that kind of like put a poison on me, and then you have like a poison bar underneath your health or above your health, and if you fill it up, it will just kill you. So I had like 3 or 4 more goes. I had to figure it out eventually. I did, without taking any damage or dying. And also, by the way, once you start that, it locks the door so you can't get out. So it's like you've got to kind of do it.
Great.
So I was like, oh god, okay. So yeah, the pressure is on, but we did it. But I just like it. I think it's very cool. Some very cool gear. It's sort of semi-dark. It's like Dark Souls light. So you have like weight. So you just certain armors require, a certain weights, and if you're over a certain weight, you will roll and use more stamina and stuff like that. So it's all about.
Matters what you're wearing.
Yes, it matters what you're wearing. And then also the same for the weapons. They're all different mods and mutators and all different things, and you can go back to the main hub world and upgrade them. And once you beat a boss, you'll get like a said item, and then you can take that said item to craft something. And it's generally it's not like something like Dark Souls. I mean, Dark Souls is a bad example, I suppose, but sometimes in Dark Souls, I would get an item and go, I don't know what I'm meant to do with this.
Yeah.
And then the opportunity comes for me to use that item, and I'm like, but is it used for something else as well? And then more often than not, it is. I feel like I think Remnant 2, I'm fairly certain of this. Once you get that item, you take it to the person, and that is what the item is used for. So just turn it in and upgrade and let them use it to craft something for you. That's what it's for. It's not like it's saying, oh, you can use it this, and this. It is literally, this is what it's for. So that has been what I've been doing most of my time, just playing that. And I want to say that is everything, I think.
Excellent.
Marvellous. Well, I believe that's everybody present and accounted for, so we can probably wrap things up there. I'm not sure exactly when the next episode will be, boys and girls. We covered that at the start. You'll see us when you see us. Get used to it for a little while. But if you do want to keep up to date with when you might see us, probably the best place is by following on Twitter at Mgukpodcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
And you can find me at RB6K.
I'm Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pav1986.
And we'll see you at some point, boys and girls.
See you soon. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening.